Hi Rimon, it's Rabbi Sam here, and this week is Lag Baomer. So I thought I'd share a short story, a little idea with you in celebration of Lag Baomer. So there was once a girl, and her name was Deborah. Now Deborah was super smart. She always came top in every class. Deborah just remembered things. She was smart and she was fast, and things just came easy to her. She never had to study too hard for her tests, and she just always seemed to know the right answer. She was a nice girl. She wasn't, haughty about it and didn't show off, but she kind of knew inside that she was good and that she was one of the smartest in the school. And that made her feel good about herself. Now, there was this other girl in the class, and her name was Sarah. Sarah really struggled. She worked so hard, but she never quite seemed to get everything right. And she would practice and practice at doing her tests, and still never came in the top half of the class. But Sarah was a really hard-working, diligent girl, and she always wanted to improve. She always wanted to get better. They had a big maths test coming up in their class, a really important one. And, Deborah just knew all the answers. And one day, Sarah went up to Deborah at lunchtime and said, "Deborah, would you mind helping me study for this test?" And Deborah thought, well, we were just learning that it's a mitzvah to help other people. So sure, Sarah, I'll sit down and I'll help you for an hour. And Sarah was so glad that Deborah had offered to help her, and the two of them sat down together. And Deborah started explaining things to her, explaining about fractions and equations, and Sarah didn't quite understand it. And so Deborah explained it all over again, and still Sarah didn't quite understand. And Deborah was getting a bit frustrated. She was like, "Look, I'm giving you my time. Come on, put in a bit of work, understand it." And she explained it again, and still Sarah didn't get it. And again, and again. And at some point, Deborah realised Sarah was really trying her hardest. And Deborah thought, you know what, if she's trying really hard, I'm going to try hard too. And Deborah put all her effort into teaching Sarah those ideas. And she went over it again and again and again. And they met up again the next day at lunchtime. And Deborah thought, you know what, if Sarah is going to work so hard, I'm going to work even harder. And she came up with clever ideas as to how to explain it to her. And she drew it out for her. And she wrote it in a special notebook for her. And she gave it to her. And eventually, by the end of the week, Sarah understood those fractions like the best person in the whole school. And they had the test. And Deborah and Sarah came joint top. And Deborah was, because she was a lovely girl, and because she still came top, she was so happy for Sarah. And she said, "Sarah, well done, you're amazing." And Sarah said, "Deborah, thank you so much. You helped me. You really helped me study, and I couldn't have done it without you. And you've given me so much. What can I do for you in return?" And Deborah said something. Deborah thought for a moment, and she thought, and then she said something really, really powerful. She said, "Deborah, you've taught me so much already, because you've taught me what it really means to work hard. I've never had to really work hard for anything, but I've seen you and I've been helping you, and seeing how hard you work really taught me something amazingly powerful, how important it is to work hard, and what hard work you can really achieve if you work hard at something." And that made Sarah feel good, because she felt like Deborah had learnt something from her. But Deborah learnt something that day that was 100 times more important than the fractions that she taught to Sarah. Deborah learned how important it is to work hard. And this comes back to an idea that we learn about in Pirkei Avot. Pirkei Avot are the ethics of the farmers, and we read them between Pesach and Shavuot. And there's a lovely line in Pirkei Avot. Ezhu chacham, who is wise? Halomed mikol adam, the one who learns from everybody. Now, Deborah thought that she was just going to be the one teaching Sarah. She didn't expect that she was going to learn anything from Sarah. But in the end, Sarah taught her so much. She taught her something so valuable about the importance of working hard and really trying and really struggling to be your best. And that's something that's such a beautiful idea, and something for all of us, really. Because learning from each and every person, there's something that everybody can teach us. Now, you might think, what has this got to do with Lag Baomer? Now, Lag Baomer is a day when we celebrate the life of someone called Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai. And he was famous. People think that he was the one who wrote the Zohar, the book of Jewish mysticism. Now, I'm not a rabbi with a long beard who spent lots of time learning Zohar, but I've learned a tiny little bit, and just enough to share with you this one idea, that according to Jewish mysticism, each of us has a divine spark inside of us, chelek elokam mimal, an element of divine godliness, of our soul, our neshama, that comes from God, and it's something that gives us life and makes the inside of us holy. And if I've got that inside of me, it means that you've got one inside of you. And it means that every single person in the world has that chelek Elokam imam, has that holiness, has that spark of divine fire inside of them. And it's our job to see that divinity, to see that godliness, to see that holiness inside of every other person, and to bring it out and to cultivate it and to learn from it. And that's one of the most important things that we can do as Jews and as human beings, is to see that holiness inside other people and really to see it within ourselves. So with that, I wish you a happy Lag Baomer, and sending love from the Fromson family. Hope everyone's enjoying time with their families. But I'm very excited when we can all see each other again and be together as a school and as a community. And with that, I wish you a wonderful week and a happy Lag Baomer.